Ooh, I'm just waiting for the buzz. Oh, yeah.
You keep talking that shit about my fucking kid, and you annoying me and aggravating me. And I'm trying to enjoy my life.
Rolex on your wrist, a plain giant.
Standing at the bus stop, sucking on a lollipop. Once she gets pumping, it's hard to make the hottie stop. Hottie stop, stop, stop.
You ready? All right now. This could be a crazy ride. I'm warning you now. The following video is broadcasting live, and thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. All right, so good morning, everyone. I know it is late in the afternoon. Early in the morning. Rather you. What up and welcome back. Come on and hit thumbs up. I wanted to have a conversation about keeping up with Kanye at this point. Like, that's what it is. Kanye West does so much in a day. It's like a toddler getting left with a whole bunch of wet paint around them, and no adult is there. It just goes buck wild. There's so much that Kanye does, says, releases statements and text messages and personal information, accusations, just all types of stuff that Kanye West gets into each and every day. And I wanted to get into, because I have a little bit of patience left. A little bit of patience. And shout out to Ashley Evans for becoming a channel member. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for supporting the channel. So when we talk about Kanye West, right, there's only but so much patience I have for him, because at this point, he knows what he's doing with this outrage marketing is what Kanye does. It's outrage marketing. And as long as people are talking about him and his antics, and he knows how ridiculous they are, he's still he's thriving somehow. Like, he's getting that relevancy and the visibility and so on and so forth. And that's his goal. And I think that that's why he got with Kim Kardashian anyway, is because they consistently have the media wrapped around their fingers, no matter how significant, insignificant, or crazy the headline may be. They're always there. Like, they always have a gimmick that gets them to the front of the headlines, no matter what, or no matter how crazy it seems. That's not something that Kanye was able to master consistently before he got with Kim. It happens, so on and so forth. Don't get me wrong. Kanye definitely had his moments where, you know, he has spazzed or done something unconventional and went viral and got a lot of attention. However, the consistency of just how much he willingly ostracizes himself, outrageous social currency. So he's always trying to intentionally outrage people. This is what Kanye West does in order to stay and be relevant, even at the expense of you personifying the animal that is what we know is to be a raccoon. Okay. So I'm not sure that Kanye is even capable of ever not personifying the animal that we know to be a raccoon. But he's consistent with his outrage marketing. And now he's running for president. Okay. He put this, come on in, make sure you hit thumbs up. Shout out to everybody. Okay. You know, he's began his campaign of his running for president for the 2024. We know he was in the 2020 campaign. I remember he got the 2020 actually shaved in his head. But Kanye West is, you know, when Boosie becomes the voice of reason, like, you know, you got something to you know something's wrong when Boosie is the voice of reason. Like, where's his aunts, his uncles, his family members, his friends? Like, is somebody going to help sit him down? Because, you know, the things that Kanye West blurts out day after day, he's not well. He is not well. He absolutely is not. So I feel like Kanye West is. So what I actually want to do is I want to take a trip over to Kanye West's Twitter to show you what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to open the phone lines because I don't find Kanye West to be a humanitarian or some sort of person that really cares about global issues. However, it's really convenient what he's pushing right now. And I want to get into depth with that. Let's get ready to pull off. Y'all already know what time it is. It's early in the morning. I don't have time for a whole bunch of housekeeping or all that other stuff. But thank you for being here. Thank you to my moderators, the channel members, everybody in the live chat if you're on the bus. And if you are chasing behind the bus and watching the replay, shout out to you. Hopefully everybody's mental health is in check. Let's get ready, hit thumbs up, and get into said video about the group chat that we can't escape. That is Kanye West.
The plainest Jane. This is one of my favorite comments here. She says, I loves me some black, and she said, loves me some black news. She says, is it just me, or does anyone else get tired of seeing people that don't look like them delivering info about them day in and day out?
All right, so we are back. So I have been following Kanye West tweets just for the sake of being able to report information to you all that is accurate for as long as I have enough patience to give Kanye, because at this point he's like just this little boy that's like dying for attention. He never really grew up for real. And he does any and everything to soak up everybody's attention. And if you were to just focus on Kanye, you wouldn't have time to talk about anything else. So I got a limited amount of time or stories or days that I'm willing to give Kanye for news and things of that nature. However, right, ever since the White Lives Matter situation, right, Kanye West, like I said, right, there's a couple things happening. He's running for president. He let us know that, right? He let us know before Kanye 2024. He's standing in front of, the different states and things of that nature, right? So he's running for president. Then he lets us know October 8th. I mean, it's technically just about 3 o'clock in the morning over here in Baltimore. Baltimore stand up. But so October 8th was literally yesterday. If you want to consider this to be the wee hours of the morning, it's like the night of October 8th. And so apparently Kanye got banned. And I can only imagine, right, why Kanye got banned off of Instagram. Not only has he been saying a lot of unhinged and just erratic stuff, right? Hit thumbs up if you haven't already. He actually, in his back and forth with Boosie, he ended up saying that he was going to like SHOOT up a school. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not to mention Kanye actually, he actually like owns the school or whatever. Like, he runs this school that's already open. Kids are enrolled. It was in a caption, like it was just kind of reckless on his behalf. Like what's really going on? There's a lot of stuff that Kanye has said that's extremely inappropriate on his Instagram that should have got him banned a while ago. This morning he was posting a whole bunch of different text messages and things of that nature, but he drags everybody and their mama into it. He's texting one person and he done name dropped and drug 88 for it's a mess. But nonetheless, right, he lets us know based off of his Twitter account. It says, look at this, Mark. How you gonna kick me off Instagram? You used to be my nigga. Okay, so he's talking about Mark, right? What Boosie call him? Boosie be begging to get, when Boosie be begging to get his Instagram bag, he be like, Mark Zuckerberg, hamburger. So yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, whatever, child. Kanye posted this picture pleading out, I did notice underneath of this picture, right? I saw Kanye West had retweeted something. I noticed that it was Elon Musk saying, welcome back to Twitter, my friend. I said, okay, I scrolled up to see what he was responding to. And he was responding to what is literally Kanye West calling out Instagram. Like, come on now. And he's like, Instead of Mark just being like, welcome back, my friend, he decided to intentionally go under the post where Kanye is complaining about Instagram. I feel like there's an area of opportunity there for them for Kanye, because Kanye prioritizes Instagram because Kim does, and he likes to meet Kim on her level and make her life hell on there. So like Kanye really doesn't understand the freedom of speech that you have on Twitter as opposed to an Instagram. But if Elon Musk, Elon Musk just ended up back into the 44, what was it, million or billion? I forget, child, more money than I'll ever have. Deal to buy Twitter, right? And so they're back buddies and pals again. But the shade of Elon coming down under an Instagram complaint post, that's that, right? So there's an area of opportunity, whether it be in spaces, which I think has huge areas of opportunity, for just like Twitter and the platform in general, video, making the video more easily accessible. People can go live on Twitter, but it's like, it's not ideal because the player just isn't as, it could use some work, right? And not to mention you can say and do and get away with more on Twitter. Like you could put there's full-blown porn on Twitter, for God's sakes. Okay. There's a lot more, but even outside of just that, there's a lot more freedom of speech over there. And not that I want Kanye to go more off the rails than he already has, but if Kanye could understand his power and Elon Musk, there's no telling like how they could plot as Elon is like literally settling into really acquiring this company that we know as Twitter. So that is, just think about the two of them getting together and as erratic. Ooh, it's not a good thing to imagine, but I'm just saying prepare for that because it's a possibility in my opinion. It's a possibility in my opinion. So yeah, pretty scary. So all of a sudden, right, Ye is still getting all of this backlash on Instagram and beyond, and just in general. So now he's posting about things that are happening. And let me go ahead and yeah, they be saying Zuckerberg. Let me go ahead and drop the link for anybody to call in to say how they feel about Kanye West and what he's got going on, because it's like anytime he gets into something and he's being held accountable, it's here's this world issue. We need to come together and talk about this tragedy going on here, there, or whatever the case is. It's another one he put up here. See, here's the one that got deleted. So I'll read to you what he said that got deleted, but it's literally him coming after exactly what you see in my title. And those are the people that you definitely don't want to be going after. Okay. Like you don't want to be saying anything like negative about them. Like that's not what you want to do. And so I saw the tweet when it first came out, because again, I want to be able to report like accurate and real-time information and see what's going on. And I'm glad I did. So not only did I follow Kanye, I subscribed to his tweets, right? And so I saw when this tweet came out, and I'm about to read the screenshot that I have. I feel a little bit too nervous about putting it on the screen because I just don't want this video to get flagged because they don't play. You know what I'm saying? Like the JEWSs do not play. I did, however, retweet it on my Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter, it is the very last thing that I tweeted. I'll put the link in the chat to make it easier for you if you're not on there. However, you can see that the tweet got deleted because he was talking about the JEWS. He was talking about them, and the tweet has since been deleted, right? Now he's talking about, who do you think created cancel culture? Iranian youth are leading a revolution against 44 years of dictatorship. The world needs to support them and honor their courage. Like now, all of a sudden, like I said, I'm gonna read you what this deleted tweet is or was. But that's also what this is about here too. And mind you, when he first got called out for the shirts, he was like, oh, well, to everybody who has an issue with my White Lives Matter shirts, where were you when I couldn't see my kids? Like, what does one have to do with the other? Like the deflection on Kanye West is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. One never really meshes or makes sense with the other. Um, so yeah, that's that. So let me see. This child, his Instagram is full of all these text messages with him and a Tremaine or something like that. Um, let me read this. Let me read this deleted. I meant, this one that Twitter took down and use some cold words, child. He says, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going to. Ooh, how do I say this? Oh, oh, why would he say that? Oh, he says, I just feel like how else? Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna put this. Trying to figure out how to say this because I can't even believe he said this. But let me tell you something. I'm not getting I'm not getting this in trouble for saying what he said because they don't play. And I'm not playing these type of games. All right. So here we go. I'm gonna put up here. This is literally the blank. Okay. He says, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because Black people are actually Jew also. You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda. The sentence just sounds crazy. I don't understand what this in these parentheses mean, but here again, here's the sentence. It says, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going blank, blank, blank on Jewish people. Like that's I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just very strange. It's very strange. I don't I don't understand like I really don't understand what that means. Um but yeah, Twitter, like I said, they deleted the tweet. They went ahead and deleted it. You can see it says the tweet violates the Twitter rules. So, um, that's that. But I just, I know some people, felt like Kanye is like a humanitarian. He always cares about global issues. And I'm like, no, he doesn't. Like, no, he doesn't. Like Kanye West cares about himself. And that's all he cares about. That's it. And so now we don't know how long he's banned off of Instagram. Um, but Twitter could unfortunately be one of those tools that he uses to echo any sentiments that he has even louder and louder. Because Twitter is its own ecosystem. It's just he's not familiar with it. He typically doesn't tweet. He's only tweeting now because he ain't got Instagram. Other than that, he don't be on here. He do not be on him. But Kanye, I'm really just sick of it. And also another thing that I noticed with Kanye is he's so opportunistic. Like he's a capitalist, like we all know that. But he's such an opportunist. Like I realize that he's one of those type of They call it a mad bitch linking up. Like, he's over here linking up with Mase, because he's beefing with Diddy, because Diddy doesn't approve of his shirts. So I'm finna show y'all something, and it's just the hypocrisy for me. It's the hypocrisy of what he is kind of encouraging Mase to do, and why he's even Mase and Diddy are beefing right now, just to give you like the full scope of the situation. Mase and Diddy are literally beefing right now. Diddy goes on the Breakfast Club and says, I don't owe nobody no money. If I do owe anybody money, show me the receipts and I'll pay you in 24 hours. And we all know it don't matter what receipts anybody bring, Diddy not paying nobody. But that's a whole nother situation. Mase ends up responding. He got these crazy like grills in his mouth, a lisp, all this craziness, right? He's supposed to be a man of the cloth because he was supposed to be a pastor. Diddy had called him a fake pastor in his initial situation. It's just a whole hot mess, right? So Diddy typically signs off on Kanye West and his dealings with him and their affiliation, Fashion Week, whatever it may be. However, Diddy had caught a little bit of heat because it was like, you said you down with his fashion, but he doing this White Lives Matter, like, what's good? So Diddy ends up, coming out and saying like, look, I'm not cool with the White Lives Matter thing. Like, that's not okay. Maybe, Kanye should check with his dad or his, before he releases and does some of these things. So with that being said, Diddy's enemy being Mase, here go Kanye West going out of his way, to meet up with this man, and Mase literally posted this on his TikTok.
Yo, we here is Jay and Mase. I'm asking Mase every idea that God is sending through him right now to make sure that he expresses the ideas to the maximum of what God wants them to be. Not presenting anything like we presented to a label or any media company or any shoe company, anything. It's like just whatever God wants for us to do right now, because it's our time.
Rolex on your wrist, a plain giant.
Now, if you listen to what he was saying, he's asking Mase to think carefully about how he's saying whatever it is, whatever he's trying to say, to just think carefully about the way in which you convey it. The figure of speech that is, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. He's like, make sure that what you're saying is you're saying it in a way that is of God. I'm like, Kanye. Kanye. Like, I know you're not, like, what are you talking about? Like, you be sitting here beefing with people who have basic constructive criticism, a huge problem with him. And there's a lot of other, I hate to say it, just men in general, honestly, men in general, they take accountability as an attack. They take it as an attack. And anytime somebody has typical accountability or basic criticism for Kanye being a person who is of the arts, which fashion is totally subjective, and you have to deal with people's potentially contrary opinions, he goes on to attack them because he feels like it's like they're not allowed to have an opinion about his stuff. And it's really sad. Like, it's really sad, and it's really sorry. And the way he goes about it, and he comes at the way people look and calls them name. All the text messages he posted on his Instagram today, somebody reached out. It was a Tremaine that he was talking to, and Tremaine was like, hey, matter of fact, you know what, I'm gonna show it to you, just so you know I'm not joking. Because I just couldn't believe that's how he answered the messages that way. And he act like he be wanting people to talk to him instead of just having an opinion. And then the person reached out via text message, and he leaks the text message, but the way he responded to the guy was just bizarre. And then he be saying wild stuff out. Is this the one? Hold up. Oh yeah. This is the one. Okay. All right. So he captioned it and says, oh, I thought he captioned this one. He captioned the other ones though. Hold on, let me make sure. Oh yeah, he captioned the other ones. But anyway, oh snap. I just lost it. What did I? Yeah, I just lost it. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So, basically the person reached out and said, you still ain't tell the people why you weren't invited at Virgil's private funeral. Why you wrote on him when you knew he was sick? Because Kanye was talking a lot of mess about him when he was, yeah. So that's the shit that you can't address, the shit that you can't live with, all the hate you spewed on your brother. Kanye West says, good to hear from you, bitch. I said, damn. What the hell? Like, what the hell? And he wouldn't want to post so many messages, and I'd be damned if I sit up here and read all of them. But I did kind of read all of them earlier today. One of them, he did admit to being like jealous of Virgil. It's a lot that he got going on with all of these different little text messages he done put out. But you know, Kanye West, he's a whole hot mess. Another thing that he was doing, was it yesterday? Was the day before? He just recently did this sit down interview, right? And basically, what he did was, he sat and kind of like slut shamed Kim. She's 40 years out. She's 40 years old. She's a millionaire, billionaire, and she's out here with her ass out in a magazine, like it was crazy, like it was just this completely bizarre thing. And it's a bizarre to good, like, however, she's been that way. She's been that way. She was that way before you had her, right? Before you met her, when you met her, when you lusted after her, when you were with other people, that was part of the attraction. She was like that when we were all telling you, Kanye, don't do it. Reconsider. Read some litter. Sure on the subject. You sure? Like, she's been that way. Now all of a sudden, you're trying to shame her for being overtly sexual because she don't want you anymore. She don't want you anymore, and you don't have her. But when that was what y'all remember the Bound to Falling in Love music video, the visual of him on the horse and Kim is sitting there like topless and bound to fall. Like, he liked that. He liked that. Now all of a sudden he's trying to act like she's so out of pocket for being that way. You know what? She's a leopard that has never changed her spots. Not once. She might have slapped on a different wig, a different BBL, but her MO and her way of life have been extremely consistent. So for you to suddenly try to shame her for being overtly sexual as if she's ever been some sort of Kanye, you like to discard people after you get, and see, he uses people, like I was saying in the other video that I did with regards to the White Lives Matter shirt and him getting Lauryn Hill's daughter to wear one. And then she comes out like, yo, can you explain this? Because I'm kind of like getting ate up here. Kanye is an opportunist. He'll use you for what he needs you for, and then he will discard you and leave you hanging and leave you out to dry when you're no longer of use to him. That's what he does. Like, that's the type of narcissist he is. Same thing I'm saying when I say Kanye West has been very anti-Black over this period of time of him being head over heels for Kim. And, you know, in my opinion, he still is. Now all of a sudden he wants to work with black owned businesses. And you know, the irony of that ties into the you ain't got the answer, Sway. You ain't got the answer, Sway. Whole time what Sway was saying was keep it in the community instead of da 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 da. Like at the end of the day, Sway was right. And now Kanye is trying to work with these black owned businesses. We were his last choice. He sold out to go over there to them, something that he actually rapped against in the beginning of his career. We were his last choice, and he's pandering to us now because he's already burned all his bridges over there. Kanye don't know how to send an email or get his team to negotiate, or he knows how to, he just chooses not to for whatever reason. So Kanye, instead of, you know, writing his emails when they're negotiating and things they not on the same page, which is totally normal for any more than one entity to come together and collaborate. You definitely aren't always going to be on the same page. It takes communication and going back and forth, but he always does it in this public temper tantrum, baby boy type of Jody like situation, which has turned a lot of these white companies off. They cannot. He is a liability. There's nothing. He's so unpredictable and erratic. Not a free thinker, but unpredictable, unhinged, erratic. He's a liability. That's what he is. And so now he's pandering to the black community. He's trying to work with black-owned business. Be careful. Be careful aligning your business, regardless of how big or how small, you know. You may be, but he's pandering, and when he doesn't understand something, or you know, maybe his team did or didn't understand, or his comprehension isn't where it needs to be that day, and he doesn't understand, but y'all aren't on the same page. Instead of him sending you an email, he will cause you just irreversible damage when it comes to the public perception of your business, because his word of mouth is unfortunately so much. I mean, but Cardi B got like 123 million followers on Instagram. Kanye West, I believe, has like 23 million or something like that. So the slander coming out of his mouth cuts deeper than any one person around the way ever could. Ever could. So be careful. And we were his last choice. Like, just keep that in mind. He didn't want to work with us until he realized Vogue came out and made a statement. You know, the woman ended up saying that she didn't, that was a fashion editor or fashion employee for Vogue magazine. And she, you know, just, she just got, you know, her reaction was, you know, she didn't really agree with the White Lives Matter shirt or whatever, and Kanye attacked her real bad, real bad, so bad that the magazine had to come out and say, look, we do not stand with what Kanye West said. It was wrong. They had a meeting or something. Like, Vogue came out and made a statement against Kanye West. Like, this is, you know, Vogue ain't ran by niggas. Like, these are black folk who are really coming out and speaking out against him now, and really they have a certain top. Gap, you know, made a statement not too long ago about their partnership and how they're really just trying to figure out how to get down to the bottom of it. And when they say that, they mean sever ties. Like, these people are done with him in Hollywood. Like, it's not even worth it anymore. His drawing power isn't, you know, a force to really drive you know, people to continuously put up with how you know, just unpredictable he can be in a not so positive way. So yeah, I just yeah, that's just it. You know, and people say he ain't been right since his mama died, and it's just like, look, I do think that that's when he ultimately took a turn for the absolute worst. That was the last time he was actually more like, you know, sane or whatever you want to call it. However, we can't keep that. Like, we gotta come on now. A lot of us have dealt with loss and lost family members and parents. Kanye refuses to take accountability and take control of what he got going on. Like, that's just it. It is not, it don't have anything to do with that black woman. It has not, like, stop connecting that black woman. Stop connecting that black woman to Kanye West's present day issues. She has nothing to do with it. Let her rest in peace. Kanye West has way more resources and access to get whatever help he needs. And mental health is something that everybody deals with, no matter how rich, poor, old, or young you are. The difference between Kanye West and all of us, y'all watching, is he's got all the money in the world. So if he really wanted help, he would get it. He doesn't want it. Kanye wants to act this way. He wants this sort of crooked, outrage marketing attention. Outrage is social currency nowadays. He wants to sell things, and Kanye can't handle being quote unquote normal and just getting organic attention anymore. Like, he has to outrage people to get a lot of it and then say he's misunderstood, and then he flips the switch and victimizes himself. Kanye, and that's typical teenager behavior, right? I mean, not to say that people who aren't teenagers do that, but like, that's where you see it's super common. Like, they always make it about them somehow, and they want you to feel sorry for them. You're holding him accountable about something totally different that doesn't have to do with his children, his ex-wife, the co-parenting situation, nothing. You don't like my shirt, but what about when y'all weren't there when I would have just needed to see my kids? Victimize himself. She did something wrong. Like, that has nothing to do with this. But you just need some attention. Like, you just need some attention. And so, I just can't. I just absolutely can't. So that is that. Let me go ahead. I don't think anybody called in. If they did, I was talking and I didn't see, and I'm sorry. But I don't think anybody called in. I saw somebody say, where's Leo? Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna play this commercial. I'm gonna get Leo. We're gonna come in here. I'll drop the link again to see if anybody wants to call in real quick, and then I'm gonna go because I need to eat and then go to bed. I am like halfway through my little 4-day vacation, so I'm just really excited to have some time off to myself. I appreciate y'all for even just listening and being here. Any other questions that you have about this topic and Kanye West and his recent antics and whatever else, leave those down there so that I can get to them. I'm going to play this commercial. I'm going to go grab my co-host, Leo, and then, yeah.
It's Pam. Pamela James.
Girl, you have got to tell me about your night last night.
Same mess. Time and time again. What the fuck?
It's crazy, man. It's like women after women. Draws after draws, dog. GTD. Yeah.
You shouldn't give up so easily, Pam. Huh. You never know. You might find something that's forever. Like me and my Martin.
Like Martin?
You know what? I'm worried about her. I want to see her with someone special. She deserves that.
I'm the love doctor, Tommy. All right? Sometimes love is right where you never expect it. Sometimes love's in your face.
You know what, Pam? Search our whole life looking for a friend. Soulmate.
But Tommy, we can't do this. We're friends.
But what if we gain so much more?
We can't tell Martin and Gina about this.
Is something different?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Something is up. I know when my girl is hiding something from me.
Tommy, what are you doing here?
Came to bring these in.
I'm the happiest I've ever been.
I'm happy for you, Pam, but what about Cole?
Girl, so what? Everybody hates Cole.
Girl, he's not so bad. You gotta figure out a way to tell him. Girl, something is wrong.
Get out my face.
Get your ass up, Cole.
Do you even know if Tommy has a job? What does he do for a living?
Why can't you ever tell me the truth? Tommy?
Look, Pam, and you don't need to know everything.
Then I can't trust you. What are we doing?
Do you know how exhausting it is for everybody to see me as a joke? I'm sick of this shit.
I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do, Pam.
Season 5. Tommy, what the fuck does this even mean?
We boys, right?
We always gonna be boys.
It's Pam. Pamela James.
All right, and we are back. Y'all friend is here. Yes. What do you want? You ready for a treat? Okay. Oh. Okay, you want to spend some time really saying hello to the people. You need to sell the hello. Okay. All right. So let's get up here. Right. Let's go. Oh, wait. All right. All right. We want to wait. This is what we want to do. We want to make sure we look at the audience. Look at the audience. Spend some time looking at the people. Yeah, I'm going to get you a new collar because this one is out of control. It's just going to get messed up. But look at the people. Okay? Right. You see? The people. What you doing, Leo? Come on. All right, come on. Come down. We're going to come down and we're going to come back up. You're going to burn your tail off, boy. Come on. You in front of that candle. Come on, get that what? You in front. You on top the candle. Oh, my goodness. Leo, come on. Here. Get the damn. Here. Leo. Leo's over here. It's right here in my hand. Oh, my God. I certainly don't know where it went. It dropped in front there. You might as well go ahead and go look. Y'all heard it fall? I heard it fall. He not going to get another piece of payment out of me. He need to go find it. You need to go find it. It fell right on the front. You out of pocket. You just ruined this whole situation. Damn. Just say hello to the people. Say hello. Say hi, y'all. Say hello. Say hello, everybody. I'm glad Mommy don't have the bacon on me today. I was going to put the bacon on him. One person said, "Hey, Jane, I missed you. I'm not really fond of that bacon on Leo," but I'm like, damn. Like, why are you upset that he dressed up as bacon? He also got his avocado toast and his piece of pizza. I have to... All right, buddy. All right, buddy. All right, buddy. Damn, buddy. So I also have to find some other things though, because he literally only has them for no, and he got a donut. That's the 4. He got the bacon, the pizza, the avocado toast, and the donut. So he's got 4 different little things to like excite our little world. It excites our world. He don't do he I know he don't really like it too much, but I think it's really cute. I think it's really cute when he dresses up as a piece of pizza. I do. I mean, like, blame me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take y'all to his Instagram real quick so y'all can see this. This one time he was in the he was in the he was in the snow with his pizza on. And it was really cute. Look, y'all. Look. Hold up. Look. Tell me that's not cute. Tell me that this cat outside in the snow with a pizza on. Tell me that that's not cute. Like, stop playing with me. He was out there with his pizza on, dashing through the snow. It's very adorable. I mean, like, how could you deny that? Like, come on. I mean, the pizza was great. I just so happened to take this picture while he was licking his little nose. It was the perfect little picture. Perfect picture. Y'all need to follow Leo on they say he's pissed. He be sick of my mess. Do he be sick of my mess? I don't know. But y'all need to follow Leo on Instagram. My man's Leo out bad. What you doing? You sleep? Oh, because your tongue was hanging out your mouth. I didn't know what was going on. My man's Leo out bad. What you doing? You sleep? Oh, because your tongue was hanging out your mouth. I didn't know what was going on. He be letting me know about myself sometimes. Sometimes I just be he be getting me together. He be getting me together sometimes. It happens. It happens to the best of us sometimes. Sometimes I be tripping and Leo be telling me that I be tripping. Leo be letting me know. His name on Instagram is I Talk, I'm Black, I'm Leo. Let me see if y'all can see it here. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Here y'all go. I Talk, I'm Black, I'm Leo. That's his Instagram. So yeah, it's my little buddy. Oh, he had some meat on his bones then. He's a little skinnier in my opinion now. Leo be trying it sometimes. Sometimes you gotta put the pause on him. But no, this is when he was a baby. Sometimes, yeah, he certainly doesn't give me any privacy, but this was definitely a while ago. Yes, Leo, we not, yeah, no, we talking about you, but it's nothing bad. It's nothing bad. We're not saying nothing bad about you. You don't have to worry, buddy. So, yeah, you know, me and Leo, we've definitely, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Best of times and the worst of time. Leo has a full-blown personality, and that's what's really awesome about him. But he was a really quiet cat when I first got him. Honestly, his personality is kind of like a cat version of mine. I ain't even gonna lie. Well, he just got a lot of personality. can't explain it. It's like trying to explain your child. Like, what am I to say? Like, he got a lot of his stuff and his manner. Sometimes I tell him to get down and I say a whole sentence and he will mock me and say the whole sentence kind of like back to me a little bit. I'll be like, get down right now. He'll be like, yeah. I'm like, oh, what the like, he be out of pocket sometimes. Oh, he go Leo one time on Christmas. He hated this and I don't care. He was Rudolph. And that's on period. And that's on and that's on period. Let me see what else did Leo have going on. Yeah, he liked to try to use my iPod. I meant my iPad when he was a baby. What else? This was Leo when he was a complete and absolute baby, you guys. Like, look at him. Just this little teeny cat. Like, can y'all believe that? Like, can y'all believe that? Like, that's really Leo. It was him all along.
Leo, what are you doing? Are you asleep? Are you asleep? Are you sick of me bothering you and shit? Leo, what are you doing? Are you asleep? Are you asleep? Are you sick of me bothering you and shit? Leo, what are you doing? Are you asleep?
Yeah, Leo be answering me and whatnot. We be having conversations. AMK, you late. Why are you so late getting here? Don't mute yourself now.
Well, for one, I fell asleep and I just woke up. So
Out of pocket.
My fault.
Very out of pocket. We definitely had things that we needed to discuss. For example, we went in the Discord. Do you remember where we left off?
About Kanye.
About him being a humanitarian, and I'm like, he's pandering because he's deflecting from the accountability that is being harshly stacked upon him.
He is not pandering. Come on. Listen, like he's seeing he's seeing what's going on in the globe right now, and he's really concerned.
Why is he never concerned about these things when he's not in hot water with whatever he done said or done?
Because he's 10 years ahead of everybody. That's why he's thinking into the future. Just gotta understand these things, man. You gotta understand.
Yo,
when Kanye speaks, we gotta think like, what is he really thinking about? You know, I'm serious. He's thinking down the line. He's thinking down the line. He's futuristic. Look at the Yeezys. Those some futuristic things.
That was taking time back, not forward. But okay. That was.
Yeah, but he's a very layered person, man. So I think people need to lay off of him a little bit.
I mean, lay off him for why? For why? Because what?
Because he's like Einstein in his prime. He just Yo, you laughing? I'm serious. He's layered as hell. Yes, he's a tad touched, but overall, man, he be having some good things to say.
Because he like Einstein in his prime. Like he really out here creating new equations and things of so what is he gonna cut off for? What's going, has he reached his rock bottom? Einstein cut off his tongue.
Exactly.
So my question
Yeah.
is, where's Kanye's rock bottom? Where's to cut off your tongue is like the epitome, like that's the height of your insanity, right? Because you're a genius, and there's a strong line of insanity that's mixed into that. Where's Kanye's ultimate moment? Because he ain't done nothing to that extreme. So there's further for him to fall.
You call it falling, I call it awakening.
You one of them stands. That's really cool. That's really
No,
cool.
no. I'm nobody's fan. I'm nobody's fan. Come on, you know that. You know that. I'm nobody's fan. But what I'm saying is, from me observing him, like for the past couple months, yeah, he just wants to be I wouldn't say left alone. He wants people to be caught up to him. But ain't nobody ever gonna be caught up to him.
You never gonna be caught up. You ain't why you wearing the White Lives Matter shirts?
Yeah, that was for a reason. He explained himself.
No, I'm asking you about what you would wear.
Hell no, I would never wear that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why would I wear that? It's obvious that
that's your man's, because that's your man.
Nah, that's not my man. I'm just saying that is not my man's.
That's definitely
but
your man.
I understand where he comes from. You know, he's coming from a different position and a different line of thinking. So to critique him, you just have to take a step back from the picture. You can't be so close up to the picture. You don't see the full landscape of things. So like, just take a step back. You know, see the full canvas.
I got a full canvas. I painted I painted IHOP, but anyway, no, Kanye. Looking at the full canvas of Kanye don't make it no better. It actually makes it worse. It'd be best to just to take into account Kanye's individual ideas and whatever he's doing in the media, to take them along individually, because he's a broken clock. He's right twice a day. But it's a matter of, is it genuine or not? That's like, there was somebody that I was talking to earlier today, and it was about like Cardi B and her anti-blackness. Like, oh well, she took up for the black community. I heard her. I'm like, that's only that Offset, because she had got so much flack for calling us roaches and so on and so forth. So she panders from time to time. Let the black woman in. Like, she panders from time to time. Just, you know, you can tell any white person you're racist. They're going to start hiring black people and speaking a certain language in order to, like,
well, you can keep slandering Cardi B like that. That's fine. Like, Nicki Minaj, she's top 5 anyways. But we're talking about Kanye.
But I'm saying, like, in the same sense, like,
Kanye and Cardi B can't be in the same sentence.
No, I'm saying it in the realm of celebrities and celebrity musicians and superstars, because both of them are kind of on that level. Unfortunately, Cardi, you know, is up there somehow, but they pander, and especially when they get big, they're trying to fix their image. It's a PR move, a simple what we see as a political statement of them taking up or being a fake ally to us. It's PR for them. They're trying to improve the way that they are perceived in the media. Is it genuine? Do they care about these things? Do they talk about these things when they're not in hot water and when they aren't trying to turn around how the public perceives them? Do they do this naturally? No. Kanye never talks about these worldly issues unless he's in hot water. And people are giving him feedback, flat. He goes into hiding, and when he comes out and when he wants attention, that's what it is. And ever since he came out of hiding, and what was it, the McDonald's packaging he was McDonald's hired him to do some whatever. Ever since then, it's been stunt after stunt, causing issue after causing issue intentionally to trend. Like, it's not, there's nothing that Kanye does that's genuine. Whether it comes to talking about, worldly causes or not. No.
Why you gotta call it a stunt for?
Because
Something
is.
happened in the globe. Something happened on the globe, which is very serious, and he's using his platform to highlight it in hopes that nobody else could get hurt. Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, Kanye doesn't have the power to just like make a post and nobody else get hurt. It doesn't matter how many followers he has. It may increase awareness, no doubt. And that's a given. Right? And that's another thing that makes it so easy for him to make this type of influence because of how many followers he has. But again, it's the timing of it all. He never talks about worldly issues when he's not in hot water. When he's chilling, he doesn't want to be bothered with the world, but he's still definitely watching because he's got to keep his finger on the pulse as it comes to worldly issues because that affects fashion. But when he's sitting at home and nothing's, and he doesn't need anything from the general public, he's not speaking about anything. He needs things from the general public, so now he's fucking with them, and is deflecting from his own accountability that's being inflicted upon him to talk about these worldly issues. It's a stunt for Kanye.
So what does he have to take accountability for?
Being problematic, the shirt, explaining the shirt, right? I get it. He explained the shirt, but he kind of like really didn't. And just the accountability of how reckless he is between the shirt and all of the erratic posts every day, all day on Instagram, like every 2.5 hours, and sometimes shorter than that. He's posting or doing something that he's got to run back or apologize for, or I'm sorry, just brought somebody up. Let me make they might bring it up to people. He's always saying and doing things that he's got to apologize for. Those are the types of things.
I would like to see this apology Kanye has did because I've never seen him apologize for anything.
I mean, he barely does, but he did. He gave this whack apology in the case of the Vogue situation when he attacked that woman. Oh, real bad for like not liking the White Lives Matter situation, but yeah. At the end of the day, like I'm saying, like Kanye is just very he's an opportunist, in my opinion. He's an opportunist, and he's burned all his bridges with the non-black people. And now he's over here in our community pandering to us and then pandering to other worldly issues. He's pandering.
Do you know what's going on in there before he mentioned anything?
I did because I saw what's her name? Aunt Karen, the black girl who a lot of her videos go viral on TikTok or whatever, but she wears glasses, she has a twin, she's openly spoken about her like bipolar disorder situation. So Aunt Karen is a black woman on Twitter and kind of like a social activist, you would say. And her figure of speech is the devil works hard, but we work harder. And a lot of her topics are very either humanitarian focused or black focused. And she shaved her head on in a TikTok and uploaded it in unity or solidarity. So yeah, I'd heard of it prior to Kanye.
He didn't think. Hello, hi everybody. He didn't think that the woman, the lady from Gabby from Vogue, was going to have any backup.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he really knew who she was, he probably would never say that. but evidently he doesn't know the kind of power that she has from working for Vogue. Even Anna Wintour came up and spoke on her behalf. So that was really something that he shouldn't have done. If you're trying to break into the fashion, he's trying to be accepted from the fashion world. But just think about it. African American designers have never had the opportunities that counterparts have had. Because I'm a designer myself. And also, with a lot of issues that's coming, when he did that, he opened a lot of avenues for designers that's up and coming that has submitted their work to him and things like that, coming out saying that he's stolen from them. Because to be honest with you, he really don't design anything. He has a creative team that he signed off on. And so now it's a lot of designers that's coming forward saying how they submitted their work, they wanted to work with him and things like that, and they stole their ideas and just throw them to the curve. So it's a lot that's coming out because of what happened with this White Lives Matter shirt. You know what I'm saying? So, but like the Kardashians have stole from a lot of designers. So I mean, hey, but we need to stop making excuses because his mom died and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's over. You know, that's been so long. You have the resources and stuff to get help if you want help. But if you don't want help, why would we support you if we don't want help? You went from George Bush don't like black people to this. Come on now. You went for leave your ass for a white, you know what I'm saying, to this. You know, so yeah, we need to stop making excuses. And then when he get, like you said, when he get in a rut, he want to go to the black people. But
he want to go to the black people, or he wants to pretend like, let me be this savior by using my platform to bring all this awareness to this cause right now, because that's gonna outweigh whatever negative talk or accountability
right.
is. This is gonna outshadow what I've done wrong, because it's, you know, Kanye West does reach about 30 million people or whatever the case is.
Exactly. And then how you gonna go from Sunday service, quote unquote, man of God and all this and all wreaking all this havoc? You know, you're a hypocrite. Period. You know,
Sabrina, what havoc is he causing though?
I was about to ask that also. What havoc is he causing?
I'm saying the stuff that he's saying that's just, you know, not, he shouldn't be saying.
What did he say that's wrong though?
I'm saying like with the Jews thing and stuff like that, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to like strike the page or whatever, because I never really got on the platform and spoke like this. But it's a lot of stuff that he's saying that's offensive, but nobody's holding him accountable for it. I know you got freedom of speech. Don't get me wrong. Okay.
What I find is real
At the same
interesting.
time, you have African American kids. You do. He does. You know what I'm saying? What about his kids? How is that going to affect them in the long run? He's not looking at a lot of that.
In the long run, they're millionaires, so like they be all right.
Yo, it's not about millionaires. It's about your mental. You understand? Y'all could be a millionaire.
They could afford psychiatric help, just like y'all tell Kanye to get psychiatric help.
Right, but they might not even get that. You understand what I'm saying? He complained about his kids not being shuffled with Disney and all this other kind of stuff. But at the same time, look at all this stuff that you're causing. You got to look at the long run. I'm a parent, And things may affect you in the long run, no matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter whether you have therapists or you able to get a therapist or not. You look at your kids too. When you begin to be a parent, the things that you do, you should move differently and you should be aware of stuff. And even if you're going to do that, talk to those kids before you do it, because believe it or not, kids are really smart these days. They understand. And I don't think that he even had a talk with him about what he did or whatever. And I don't hate Kanye. No, I don't. Because everybody have their own freedom of speech, what they believe in and stuff like that. I get it. But what about your kids? What about how they're going to think? And you can go to a therapist. That don't mean that they're not going to hate their father for what he said, because they could be pro-black. You don't know that. You really don't.
So what about the damage his baby mother does to his kids?
Well, yeah, I'm not. Look, trust me, believe me, I'm not for that. What she does. This is why I said the agenda of pushing the kids with all this other stuff, her being on that. I get it, because let me tell you something. When you're a mother, you have to move differently, and she really don't do that. I mean, you're putting you. I get it. I get what you're saying. Believe me. I'm on the same page with you. I'm not against anybody. I'm just voicing my opinion. It's like he is. Hey, that's what he do. White Lives Matter. But it's a lot of shock value that will hurt and affect others in the long run. Not just the public, but your family.
But isn't that the problem, that a t-shirt is hurting so many people? A t-shirt.
Well, it can hurt a lot of people. It will. It has. You know, and like I said, down the line, what if it hurts his kids? What you think he would think about if his child come to him and say, "Dad, why did you do that?" And I'm African American, because you can have one drop of black and you just black. Technically,
Is that tape worse than a t-shirt?
Excuse me.
Is a sex tape worse than a t-shirt?
Well, yeah, it is. Both. I mean, yeah, it is. It is. In that too. They have to be addressed for that too. It's a lot of those things that those kids gonna have to face when they get older, the sex tape and all. So yeah, they're gonna need some therapy, to be honest with you.
I feel like all of that is like more to do with their parenting, whereas I
Yeah,
find
it
it
does have to
interesting
do with
that every
parenting.
time Kanye comes
Right,
out
right,
with a
right.
tirade or comes out with a stunt, it's already
I agree with the
around the political time.
right.
And we
I
always
agree with the parenting, but
look at the distraction more than we look at the current state of politics, where it's
right,
the
right. Because
conversation
yeah,
being about a t-shirt, when Joe Biden just said that we're at the highest threat of nuclear Armageddon since 1962.
right,
And
right,
around
right.
this
And I
time,
feel
instead of
you,
speaking
brother.
on that
I
and
feel you. It's a
his,
distraction. It
um,
really is.
yeah,
It really is a distraction. It really is.
and
What's
I've,
really going on?
mhm.
They do that. That people they have these things conveniently during times like you're speaking about, and also the election coming up next year. They do that to get us off track. They really do. I agree with you. I agree with you. 100%. I
So
do.
I always look at it as there's things on the surface that we see, and then there's another layer and another layer and another layer till you get to the middle of the onion and things like that. And
Right. Right.
I've always been saying it since we've had Biden in administration, how all of the things that Kanye was saying he would do if he was president, that we laughed him out of the chance for and called him crazy for, is all the things that Biden is doing now. But the things that Biden said he was going to do, he didn't do one of those things yet.
No,
And
he
it's like
didn't.
one of the, like, that's just something that always blows my mind, that when we see something like that, it goes right over our heads.
I
But
mean, I would like to see somebody line that up and provide that information or that data, or give me a side by side. Thing that
So
Kanye said and
when
thing that Joe
Kanye said he's not gonna he's not gonna try to criminalize abortion, but instead he would even give an incentive for families who choose to go on ahead and keep the child. And now you see rollouts of stimulus checks primarily for people who have multiple children. The more children you have, the more stimulus checks you can go on ahead and receive. And though it wasn't rolled out the same exact way that he said, it's things you can just put one and one together and you'll get two. And you know what I'm saying? It's like,
I mean, I don't know. You got Roe
Kanye,
versus
he be
Wade,
thinking
and
10 years ahead of time. That's my whole thing. He
you
really
know,
projects like that's what he does. He projects into the future.
and it's a whole other case because it's like we already wrote Kanye off like a bad check, not to say it in a sense of pride, but as a community, we called him a clone. We said, yo, his brain is fried when he came out with the blonde hair, shaking Donald Trump hands. So now somebody had an interesting take where it's like, if we called him all these names, said he's a clone, his brain ain't there, why are we acting all shocked when he does something shocking? Now we're trying to hold him to some standard where it's, oh, you let us down again. And it's like, but it's like
It don't
beating a
shock
dead
me.
horse.
What he does not shock me at all.
I mean, like two ideas about the betterment of society that mothers should have like more money or access to more resources. That doesn't like really qualify Kanye to be some type of presidential genius or anything. I think he's a music genius. I do, and I think
Right.
that sometimes when Kanye glances out at society, he has some relevant points. Sometimes, and it was something you could more so lean on back in the college dropout days and. Back when he was just more connected. He's just gone now. He's so far gone now. And I do understand the thin line between genius and insanity. I totally understand that. I do. Like I overstand it, as a matter of fact. But I feel like Kanye has willingly went so far over here, like on purpose. Like he's not interested. Like people can't even get him to take his fucking medicine. Like, and that's obvious.
I mean, but look at the
When his
alternative
mom
we
was
have.
living,
Joe Biden is
he made
falling
sure
asleep
he
at
made,
the
he made
podium.
sure
Joe
that
Biden is grandpa, and
And
the
then
thing
that's
is,
what I'm saying. Would we rather have grandpa sleeping on the nuclear codes, or would we rather have somebody who's transparent as much as he tries to be, but we
did
have
you not see
forces?
Kanye break down that emotional breakdown he had during 2020 when he had 2020 shaved in his head with the different colors of the flag? Did you not see that lack of control
When
that
he was
little
talking
boy
about his daughter?
when he was talking about his life? It wasn't just his daughter, and nobody brought up his daughter. He did, because he brings up
right,
his kids when he wants to deflect from being held accountable. The crowd was calling out to him, and then he brings up his
right,
kid to bring along empathy because it softens, it makes people step. His kids, but nobody's talking about that. They were talking about his plans
right.
for the world in the future and what he had going on. That's
I
supposed to be
mean,
the person that's
we
supposed to
shouldn't
be
really
leading the country.
demonize so much a man showing humanity. I mean,
Nobody's
instead of us
demonizing him.
trying
It's
to,
not demonizing him. It's a matter of
I'd
who's fit
rather,
to
I'd
run
rather,
the country.
mhm.
Nobody's demonizing, and there's nothing wrong with the man having emotion. My thing is, it's a matter of timing. And when
Right.
somebody only wants to throw their emotions or some of the most sentimental things in the world, some of the things that matter the most, they only toss them into the equation and make it a topic of discussion because they're trying to take away from somebody asking them real questions and holding them accountable for things that may not make sense that they're trying to pass off.
But what are
That's
the real
Right. But what
questions?
if okay,
He
look,
raises
listen.
other
What
issues
if
that
he get in
also have
office
real questions.
and he let his emotions determine his actions? That would be detrimental if he's dealing with mental health or whatever. What if just think about it? What if he get in office? He's a president. He's dealing with mental health. He's not taking his meds, and something comes up, and he goes over his better judgment because of his mental health. Don't you think that would be detrimental? I'm just saying.
It would absolutely be detrimental. Not to mention,
Right,
everybody has
right.
mental health. Everybody deals with mental health in one capacity or another. The thing
Right,
is,
we
Kanye
do.
West shies away
Right.
from treating and caring for his in the best way possible. And what we see are a lot of public tantrums, a lack of self care for and from him as it pertains to these outbursts that are not normal, that it's not that of a free thinker, or that, like, no, he loses control sometimes. And it's not to say that he's not right sometimes.
Right.
He is, but it's
He
to the point where
is.
he doesn't even give a shit about how he executes it. Ever. And that is, it's not acceptable in any realm. You can't go to a job interview and just be talking about your boss's clothes, they breath, the establishment, like everybody has to have means of self-control in one way or another. And Kanye has not displayed that in the last 3-4 years.
But I mean, even in his tirades, I don't think the sentiments he's displayed, other than like a animation of putting Skeet Davidson in the grave, like other than that, I don't think there's anything really detrimental that he's expressed in his tirades. Whereas we've had a president talking about fire and fury. You know what I'm saying? As
Well,
retaliation
I feel like
to
Biden is too old to be a president. To be honest with you, he
most
have a lot of
definitely, most
issues.
definitely,
He have a lot of
definitely too
issues.
old to be
He
trying to
is
run
sick his
another
own
term.
self. He is sick his own self. I mean, think about it. You can't even like. You have to pause to think about what you're gonna say. So yeah, you know what I mean. He shouldn't even be in office. To be honest with you, he shouldn't even run again. He need to retire. To be honest with you, I'm just saying.
I'm not trying to be contrarian. I'm simply asking what was wrong. What's wrong with the statement "White Lives Matter" in retaliation to "Black Lives Matter," which
The
is
thing,
which
the
has been
difference,
debunked
the
as
difference,
a. Mhm.
the difference between saying white lives matter and saying, okay, Black Lives Matter was a scam. It was a scam as a business, as an organization, as an LLC. But as a movement and as a sentiment and the necessary nuance of us niggas being oppressed by the system of white supremacy, there's a big difference in prioritizing one over the other. As a black man who had the balls to say, George Bush doesn't like black people. Like, that's how radical Kanye West was about being on our side as black folk. But he's so far gone that now white lives matter is just this sentiment to outrage people enough to sell things. There's no reason for you to say or for you to remind anyone that white lives matter. That was just a social experiment done of a white man standing on a corner, a white man standing on a corner with the Black Lives Matter sign all day. Do you know he got threatened? He got death threats, white folks pulling up. Like, people can't handle the thought of Black lives actually mattering, and especially coming from someone that's not even black. Like, you had people literally threaten to kill this white man because all he was doing was standing on the corner with a Black Lives Matter sign. And then you got Kanye, and this is just a regular everyday citizen. And then you got Kanye trying to remind people that white lives matter. What the fuck do we need a reminder like that for when we the wealth gap? Like the
Right.
the conviction rate, the prisoner pipeline. Like, what do we need a reminder of that for again? It's for means of outrage, because outrage marketing is a thing, and
And
it worked.
I believe that's partially true in the sense of I don't believe he wore the shirt to get a response out of people the way that they're given the response or not getting the response. I believe it was okay. I know where I'm gonna get support from in wearing this shirt. And it comes down to a conversation I was having with somebody, like I think a few days back, where it's like, yo, I hate to say it, but we don't put our support in nothing but memes and fucking tweets. Whereas you put on that shirt and you gonna get the backing from some organization. And yeah, it's a cool moment. And I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that, yo, anybody should follow that template. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that the type of outrage that it did bring up is kind of ludicrous, because it's like, yo, we have real problems going on, and to get mad and show the same disdain that we were victims of to somebody of our own color for wearing a shirt. It's like, and then after you wear the shirt, you see the type of interviews that he's doing, you see the type of talking that he's doing, Puff. Like, it's like, yo,
most people don't watch Fox News, so they're not going to see the interview or even care about it. So him actually wearing that shirt, it is more of a detriment, only because what happens is, white supremacists, what they'll do is, oh, Kanye, look, that's what he thinks. They just
Right.
gonna keep
all about
pointing
division.
at Kanye.
It's all about division. And let me tell you,
It's not
the reason. Look, the reason why a lot of African Americans begin to love Kanye with the Katrina days, because I'm from Louisiana and I was stuck there when doing Katrina. And when he said Bush don't like black people, and I'm trying to not to get emotional because there was a lot of stuff going on that people don't really know about. We begin to gravitate towards him. We begin to love him because he was the only one that really stuck up and said that. So for him to double back all these years and do that is really hurtful. It really is. It really is. I mean, I was on the roof in the heat. Couldn't go nowhere. 3 kids, one in a wheelchair, one with autism. And when he said that during the BT marathon, when it was raising money, that made me gravitate. I'm like, okay, this is a celebrity that love us and for us. But now, all of a sudden, is this? So you have to think about that too. Seriously. Okay, we loved him. We embraced him. He was like, okay, I'm for my black people. I love them. And now this? How do you explain that to someone that embraced him in that manner when that happened to now? How do you?
Well, he definitely has to be more cautious in how he brands himself. He's not a regular celebrity at all.
I understand that.
So whatever. No, I'm not refuting what you're saying, man, at all. I'm actually agreeing with you. I was just trolling Jane, like she knows. But like Kanye has to be honest with you, man. Kanye, he is being socially irresponsible, because him as being a global celebrity, he has to show, he has to conduct himself in a way, because anything that he says, needles can be moved. So just by him wearing that shirt, it's a problem, and it's going to be a problem for years, and years to come.
We went through so much. You understand? People don't, and it's like a trigger. You know, it's bad enough we don't have people sticking up for us, celebrities or whatever, too much. And for somebody to like be embracing us and saying we not treating right, and for them to just say white lives matter, that's a lie. It really is. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm sorry I'm getting emotional, but it's just a lot to take in, period. No, just think if me taking it in, what everybody else is taking it in. Because I've had friends that have called me and say, "Girl, you saw that. First he was for us with Katrina, and now he's with this. Really? You understand? It's a lot, and nobody don't want to hold him accountable. Everybody's making excuses. I know
Nobody but Boosie.
nobody don't want to hold him accountable. Who else is holding him accountable?
Boosie badass.
Right. Did you hear anybody else hold him accountable?
Accountable for a t-shirt?
It's not just about a t-shirt. You're not getting it.
I'm getting it because I come from where they put people on t-shirts multiple times. They put people on t-shirts.
It's dog whistling to white supremacy.
Over a t-shirt.
Stop. It's dog whistling to white supremacy.
Yo, they put people on t-shirts. They be running up t-shirts.
About a t-shirt. It's not about a t-shirt.
There's more situations going on.
Look, I gotta go. It's not just about a t-shirt. It's not.
I understand it's not just about the t-shirt, but it's the sentiment that, yo, you telling me I could walk out of my house wearing something
you want. You
and the world gonna go crazy?
When you
not you, but Kanye, yes.
Yes.
You can wear that t-shirt all day and it won't move the needle.
There's a whole
but Kanye wears that shit, it moves the needle.
And then there's a whole sentiment about, yo, these is the same people that I'm trying to help demonizing me for this shit, like over a t-shirt.
Yes, over a t-shirt because he's signal boosting a white supremacist message.
What?
That's why.
Yeah. I mean, he's got like literally millions of followers, and it's no different. Like, we understand what dog whistle the Moldy Orange, right, put out before January 6th. Like that, it was a dog whistle to get people to do certain things and act in a certain way. It's the same power that Kanye has over his 25, 35 million fan base. It has the potential to do a lot of good or harm, but Kanye isn't responsible with his influence. And then when he gets held accountable, it's this country suffering and I couldn't see my kids 7 months ago. I'm the victim here.
So are we going to hold anybody accountable when somebody gets beat up for wearing the shirt or gets killed for wearing the shirt? Or are we just going to be like, yo,
I mean, that sounds like that sounds like gang stuff, which everybody classifies accordingly. You talking about wearing a certain...
Wait, come on. I'm sorry, Jane. What don't you understand about influence? Kanye has an influence that a regular person doesn't. So you categorizing him into a different category as a citizen. It's like no. But you are though.
Human.
You saying no. You saying that Kanye wearing a shirt shouldn't affect anybody, because if I wear a shirt and go outside, it shouldn't affect anybody. But it's a difference because he's a person of influence. Like, you gotta always, he has to keep that in mind, and he doesn't. He does have to be held accountable for that. He's a person of influence that whenever he does something, it's going to be sheep and cattle following behind him.
Okay, so you would rather him have come out with Black Lives Matter on?
Who said that? Who said that? That's the only other alternative outside of coming out with a White Lives Matter shirt. Why do you jump straight to?
Because the polar opposite that he was
that's very narrow. There are so many other options. If we're talking about what he could have put, no, because you're given a very narrow stance because you feel like it's okay for Kanye to have done what he did, and then you give this very narrow other option saying, well, the polar opposite is this. It's not a matter of, well, he put white on the runway, so you would rather he wear black. There's so many other different colors in the rainbow, and there's so many other different options that he could have went with outside of that shirt. It don't have to mean he had to wear a black, because you don't have to wear a Black Lives Matter shirt to really signify that you give a fuck about Black life and Black existence, the imagery of us, how we're portrayed in the media, etc., and so forth. So no, that's not the answer to your question.
Okay.
But
all right. So I was just speaking to the polar opposite that he was trying to express, like, yo, Black Lives Matter was a movement that
Black Lives Matter, however, it's common
and
sense.
now I'm
Polar
here
opposite.
exposing that by polarizing this.
No, he failed because most black people don't watch Fox News, so his explanation of it doesn't even matter. For one,
So is
for two,
the messenger's fault or
for
the people
two,
who don't
if he
want to
really
get
wanted to make the point, why did he have to go over the top with it? Not only did he put on a shirt, he decided to hold hands with a coon, which is Candace Owens. He decided to hold hands with her and make a whole parade out of it. A dog and pony show. That's what he did. So now, not only did he wear the shirt, he held hands with a coon that white supremacists love, because she gets all her donations is by white supremacists. So like you have to stop. He has to be more responsible with his celebrity, and he does not. You can't come up here and cape for a man he's socially irresponsible.
And I'm not trying to do that. I'm just
trying
to express another side of.
No, it's not another side. The side is that he's signal boosting white supremacy. That's the only side you should see.
So you believe that was the purpose?
No.
That was his intention.
That wasn't his purpose, but that's what he did. That wasn't his purpose, but that's what he did. Because he's socially irresponsible. And that's what people are trying to get him to be held accountable for. And then doing interviews on Fox News does not do any better. If he wanted to reach to the masses of black people, he would have went to CNN. But he did not. So stop caping for him.
No, hold on. You said wait, CNN and Fox is like, I'm sorry. So
come on, you know that most white people watch Fox News.
Those is all part of the same umbrella, same family. You.
It doesn't matter, but you know, majority of white people. Majority of white people watch Fox News, and majority of black people watch CNN. It doesn't matter what umbrella.
I did not know this. I didn't know that.
Oh, so you just aloof. So you know everything about Kanye, but you don't know anything about social.
I don't know everything about Kanye. I didn't.
So why you came up here and came for him?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that news networks that were accessible to everybody of every race here in America. I didn't know that only specifically black people. When Fox is on, they gonna switch the channel to CNN. My fault. I didn't know that. Why? Because Don.
Are you a black American or like what is this? Are you a black American?
Like Fox is so anti-black. Fox is very racist. Like the only Fox that black people fuck with is Fox Soul. We do not fuck with Fox.
What? Fox Soul ain't racist.
I'm not saying they not.
That's a whole stereotypical.
Obviously, if it's under the Fox umbrella, it is. I'm just keeping it a buck with you and saying you acting like you don't understand a certain like Fox Soul is ran. Is the minorities are the face of that, and the opinions that are presented there of all that of minorities. However, right? You know about Fox Soul, but you don't know about like the difference between Fox and CNN, and you don't know that black people.
I know that. I didn't know black people didn't fuck with Fox and they fucked with CNN.
You know, it's the selective things that you do and don't know for me that really make it all interesting.
Yo, why I gotta be ignorant? I'm not selectively knowing.
Nobody called you ignorant. I said it's the selective knowledge of things that you do and you don't know that make it interesting.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you said that make you ignorant. I'm like, damn.
No, I said make it interesting.
Yeah, man. I mean, I hear where you guys are coming from. I hear there's a lot of hurt and there's a lot of deeper sentiments that I'm probably not seeing, that I'm trying to not see, right?
I feel like you just want to take up for your man, so you don't understand the difference between him wearing the shirt and you wearing the shirt. Y'all ain't the same person.
If you remember any conversation that we ever had, Jane, you already know. I think it's rest in peace, Kanye. I think that man dead and gone done cloned him, put his
Yeah, I don't think we ever
conscience in a
going back
whole other.
college dropout.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. You can't be mad at a robot, man. That's just the AI. That's the AI of Kanye. That's not the real Ye. That's just what the computer think he'll do. The computer was taught that, yo, he was this type of dude. So now it don't know nothing else but to be this type of dude. It's like when you talk to that AI at Google and you ask it questions like, oh, what would you do if you were standing right next to me? And it'd be like, oh, I'd really kill you right now. But I'm your robot. You feel me?
I do remember the robot saying
but if I could, which I can, but yeah, you don't need to know that yet, type shit, you know. So again, I'm not trying to be on some no extra crazy time. I'm just saying when you look at certain mindsets, and then it's like we look at it from a scope of we ain't ever played with billions to understand how this man views somebody with millions. We ain't ever played with millions to understand how these millionaires view us who never cracked 500. That, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, they have access to different shit and different doors where it's like when you hit that rut that you talking about, why he start talking back to the people and, oh, now I need the people because I'm in a rut. It's like, it's just be amazing to me, like, who we choose to listen to when they in a rut, like, and who we choose to just write off like a bad check. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the same man that exposed George Bush, bro. That's saying, yo, I'm exposing that Black Lives Matter exploited you. Like, Google lied to you.
And them past actions not like they not saving us today. And for some reason, like, Black men, you know, we have this bad habit in the Black community of coddling them and being so hard on women, and it's unrealistic. And here's the example. Chrisette Michele has still not been forgiven for singing at the Donald Trump inauguration. I mean, they called her every type of, personification of the animal that is a raccoon. They called her that relentlessly, and her career, honestly, it never fucking recovered from that, what she felt like was a lapse in judgment. And she came out and she said that. And that was one time she did that one thing that politically people felt like, you aligned yourself with him, huh? But Kanye can do things like that. And then he can do other things that work against us and Black people and the greater good of us. And it's give him another chance, give him another chance, give him another chance, give him another chance. But how come when a woman has a lapse in judgment like that, we can't give her that grace? Can you explain the difference in that?
I mean, I would say we live in a society where, Mother America, she coddles the sons and she kicks out the girls, man. We live in a society that we taught that. And not to say that it's right. Not to say that it's right, but it's more so like it's like, what doors are you really stopping for who? You know what I'm saying? It's like, not to say anybody's path is more important than another person's. It's more so like, yo, if you're not polarizing, if you're not really like in league with the movement that's gonna do something, you're not gonna have that type of support. You're gonna have the support of people who are more familiar with your story. You know what I'm saying? And that's y'all fight. You know what I mean? But when you have somebody who's like doing certain shit and showing motherfuckers certain shit, where it's like, yo, to this day, I'm still gonna say, yo, it wasn't just Obama that showed us only Black people could be the president, bro, or it could even run. You get what I'm trying to say? Certain people be thinking like, oh, nah, you gotta be a part of a bloodline and be in this type of shit. Like, niggas showing other people like you could go against the grain. It's like, and it's something that we all know, but sometimes we just need that moment that wake motherfuckers up to be awesome time. Like, oh shit, yeah, this PC world isn't really all that it's cracked up to be. Like,
did
any of that
explain why we can get with? Do you agree with Trump's like rhetoric?
I don't agree with Trump's rhetoric. I also believe his his presidency showed us that we're basically now living in the Truman Show. Like we're kind of the laughing stock of the world.
Okay, so like long story short, I'm trying to like understand like what's the difference between what Chrisette Michelle like explain the difference, because it's like all these excuses as to why Kanye should get this pass and he should get another pass and another pass after he done showed us time and time again.
I explained it to you. It's more so it's not even so much that this man should get a pass. It's like it's what you're doing. Like if Chrisette Michelle was doing something where it's like, okay, what door are you knocking on for us to let you through? If this is the
what door did Kanye knock on?
Kanye's out here doing shit like buying land, starting schools, fucking being a free thinker, talking on a polarizing level. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like
so Chrisette Michelle isn't a free thinker.
Loud.
Everybody doesn't open schools. It's not even something that 1 out of every 50 people do. What else? What else did you say? You're assuming that Chrisette Michelle isn't a free thinker because
I'm not saying she's not a free thinker. I'm saying that whatever endeavors she led and has accomplished so far did not land her into a position of 6.6 billion in a position to have resource to do something. Like one of those billions could take care of your community and more. But yet,
why is Kanye West?
No, it's based on money or it's based on net worth. Again, she hasn't had any opportunities because her career has never recovered. But there's a lot of millionaires who have done a lot of fucked up shit. I mean,
he
look
missed
at
out on
Epstein
opportunities also. But I'm saying his path took him past those blockades. Chrisette Michelle's path didn't take her past that. And if she really did have I'm not saying she don't have a strong purpose, but I'm saying if she really was doing something that was necessary, then things would have worked out in her favor to get those necessary things done. Obviously, whatever she was going to do after that inauguration performance was like, bro, what? You know what I'm saying? What was
you know, but like honestly, like the question that I was asking you was really a matter of like misogyny and sexism. Yeah. It was talking about the two of them as entertainers and while one was forgiven and the other wasn't. And you basically said one is capable of saving the world and to some extent where the other wasn't. Chrisette Michelle's job like isn't to have a certain net worth to save a community or buy a school or do this because like she didn't sign up for those things, but it sounds like you value like Kanye's money and what his money can do.
Not even, and that's what I wanted to make clear, that I'm not valuing it more. I'm saying that whatever she was on her path to do, if it was past, like we didn't forgive Ye for fucking with Donald, just like we didn't forgive Chrisette for doing that shit. But
so we didn't forgive him. So why are you capping this way if you haven't forgave him for that?
Because at the end of the day, I already told you, whatever we feel about that, obviously he doing something that's bigger than that moment. Obviously, he's doing something that's bigger.
You talking about things outside of music again,
or not?
That's all I'll say. Like I'll move on because we're not getting anywhere. But what I'm saying is, you're talking about things. Hold on, you're talking about things outside of music, and I'm talking about a musician, and Kanye's also a musician, right? And I'm talking about these two musicians and why one was and wasn't forgiven. And they did similar things. Matter of fact, Kanye did worse things. And you're bringing up things outside of music. That's the point. Like that I'm saying.
Keep it on music. Nobody was really listening to Miss Michelle. Like respectfully. Like.
So it has a matter of to do. Hold on. So it has a matter of to do how talented she is. So you can just be disrespected whether you make good hits, bad hits, 5 hits a year, 2 hits a year. Is that what it's based on?
No, it's not based on that. I'm saying if she was gonna go on ahead and say, despite being forgiven or not, I'm going to continue my career despite who wants to work with me or not. Just like when Ye went on ahead and did what he did.
But
He
she
said,
had
"Listen,
pride,
despite who forgives me
but
or
they're
not,
not
I'm gonna
allowing it
continue my career."
because of
She
that.
no,
They're
hold
not
on. No,
getting it.
no, no. The matter is everybody, she tried. Nobody was
Right,
giving her a
right,
chance. She was
right,
blackballed at that time. So
right.
it really does seem like you're dancing around the realization of you want to talk about things outside of music, and then when you do stick to music, you say, wasn't a whole bunch of people weren't listening to her
She
like that.
tried.
Like that has nothing to do with what happened between her affiliation with Trump and whether she deserved to be forgiven or not. Oh, because she didn't have as many hits or she wasn't as big is the reason why she wasn't forgiven. But because Kanye had bangers that you could hear you sitting inside of TGI Fridays, Applebee's, the radio, or whatever, it's forgiven. Because that's what you brought up. You brought up her record sales and how relevant she is. I didn't. You did.
You said keep
tried.
it in music,
Tried
and
hard.
why
Exactly,
people going ahead and forgive one musician other than the
we're
other
talking about
musician.
musicians. I'm just saying keep it about you. If you feel like it's because of records, keep it there. I'm just asking questions and you keep moving the goalposts every time. If you want to pin it down to one thing that you feel like isn't fair, cool, say that. But you keep moving the goalposts.
And
So are we gonna say that because what we're doing here is we're acting like the two people are on the same level to move the same way. So whereas when
You got it. That's the point right there. Stop. That's the point right there. What you just said, that's the point. That's the point right there. He has to move a certain way. And when he doesn't, he could signal boost a genre or a certain audience. So he's being socially irresponsible when he wears something like that. And then by not only wearing that, he doubles down by holding Candace Owens' hands. Then not only that, he triples down by trying to explain himself on Fox News.
And for your beloved Kanye, how he's stealing up and coming designers' ideas from his creative director, he don't even design those things.
Yeah,
he signs.
that's not
He
not
signs
true.
out. This is a sidebar. He signs off on them.
That's not true.
Okay? Yeah,
Okay.
it is. It
It's
is.
not. It is
He got a lot of
100%
stuff
not true.
that's coming out that I don't know if you're aware about.
I'm very aware. I'm very aware.
Well, guess what? He can't get on there and sketch. No, he don't do that. He have creative directors.
So
he get together. He traveled to Japan. He traveled to different places, getting ideas for his brand, and he signs off on them.
Let me explain something.
Okay, okay. Because
No,
I'm a designer myself.
no. I'm gonna explain something just a little bit.
All right. Go ahead.
I've had the pleasure of meeting him 4 times. One of his main mentors, and I was gonna share a picture, but I'm on the Mac and StreamYard won't let me. If you send me an email, plain and Jane, I'll send it to you.
And I
let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. I'm gonna let you go. One of his mentors is Jay Boogie. And if you go and you read his text messages in his phone, he references Jay Boogie. You've heard Keith Chief, a bunch of other people.
Right.
Virgil comes from Jay Boogie, and so does Kanye West. When he first went to New York, No ID, which is the president of Capitol Records right now, and Jay Boogie was his mentors that paid for him and his mother to move from Chicago to New York. He's always kept up with Jay Boogie. Along the way to stardom, he lost his way. I've been in circles to where I've heard Emery and different people say different things. But when I look at Kanye West from the picture that I was going to send, and it's actually a picture from Wyoming, and they're standing there, and it's Jay Boogie, it's John Monopoly, it's Dusko Poppington, Dame Dash, and No ID.
Okay.
What I see him going through right now is, first of all, he's hurt over a woman. He wants his wife back.
I agree with you.
He wants his wife back, and he can't have his wife. The next thing I think that he is, how can he not think white lives matter when his kids are by race standards, and she's not white, she's another race, I can't think of what it is right now.
Armenian.
Armenian, but she identifies as white, and everyone identifies her as white. and he has kids by her, right?
Right.
I do think that he's pandering, and I do think that he's pandering, and I think that he is kind of playing social games, but at the same time, what did he actually do? As a black person in America that keeps up with black news, 2,000 black men blew each other brains out last night, amongst other crimes and amongst other robberies. And I'm constantly battling personally with revolving responsibility, which I'm assuming that these 2,000 kids that blew out two other 2,000 kids' brains last night, fathers are not present in their household. So when I continuously see, and I'm not angry, I'm just expressing
We
myself.
get you. We get you,
Okay,
boo.
and I'm referencing things of the young lady you was referencing that went to George Bush and she's being blackballed. I think that you are absolutely right. But I think that women are blackballed in everything, not just that.
Yes, they
Right?
are.
Okay, let me explain that. Kanye West is smart, but he's smart. His mother was a teacher. So
Right.
I think that he's an historian. Because when I think of Kanye West and I think of someone that was in a position that he is in, I can't help but think of Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass was in the position that Kanye West is in maybe 1847 to 1873. All he talked to was white people that was in support of the abolitionist movement. If I'm not, if I'm correct, and there was two different parts of the abolitionist movement, and that was the Constitution is terrible, get rid of it, which was probably Harriet Tubman, and I can think of some other names that'll come to me. And then you have Frederick Douglass, but he used to go out every night with the slave master trying to catch him, and he was the most influential person in the world. He was the Michael Jordan of his time. So when I see the antics of a Kanye West, I kind of align what's going on right now with him with Frederick Douglass. He does have a point, but fashion is not a point of Black America. And just because you have white kids doesn't mean that you need to represent what we all know is true. White lives do matter. They matter, but you polarize that, and some people took it as an offense of you. I guess I'm gonna say pitting that against Black Lives Matter. But I don't agree. I don't agree with personally. I don't agree with either thing. I think that as a race, we're too caught up on words. If we was focused on the information as much as we're caught up on words, then I think that we would be moving along. And I really think that we would identify what some of the problems is in our community. But in the last 10 years, I don't think that we are in search of the information.
I think that we're caught up on words because there have been so many people that really thought we were stupid because they used just maybe two words to disrespect the shit out of us. And it was very nuanced. And we let that slide for a long fucking time. So now we get to the point where, we might go to work, and look, the way we're really leery about one or two words or tone being disrespectful, it's not just with the opposite race or non-Black people, it's with everybody. All of us feel like our intelligence, especially as Black people, our intelligence has been insulted for centuries. And so, you might go to work and you might hear a white coworker say something about watermelon or fried chicken, and you might look twice. You might think about it. They could have put it in a place where it's innocent, but it might have been nuanced. So, when we look at words, sometimes you might send your child to school and come home and wonder why certain things, or I think that a lot of us are leery and do we get too caught up on words? I think sometimes we overthink, but I think it's because we're rightfully paranoid because society has played with us for a long period of time, even if it came to one or two words or things that were being said or done. So, I mean, there's no way to remedy that. Oh, just stop taking the word serious. That level of balance. I don't know.
So grown.
We
the
have to
baby-
take it serious
Hold up,
because
baby. How do you feel if you was an up and coming designer or whatever, and this is your person that you love? You was just like love him so much, and then you submit information, send your designs to that person, and then they take your designs and then they use it and then they throw it to the side. How would you feel?
that's the artist's fault. The artist has to be more responsible with.
I
with the
understand
picture.
the artists have to be more responsible because a lot of people don't even know their rights as an artist. To be honest
Well,
with you.
that's their fault, and they got beat.
Right. I understand that,
So
but
Kanye is not wrong.
So
that's
to my
business.
so it's not wrong for somebody to take your idea
No, it's not. It's business.
and just do it
Nope,
however they
it's
want.
business.
let me
Get better with your business.
let me kind of explain to her how this works. No one person came up with anything, whether it be music or whether it be clothing
I
alone.
understand that,
It's
but you
all
know,
constructed
music
by
and
groups.
fashion is two different things. It's two
Okay.
different things.
Okay. Nothing. Fashion. No one person comes up with anything alone. They are creating as a group.
Oh, wait.
Music-
No. One person can come up with a concept with fashion. Don't say
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Don't say
Okay. Now let me explain this.
Don't say that, boo.
Okay. One person come up with an idea for fashion.
Right.
But he also needs an editor. He also
Right.
needs an illustrator.
But what if you
He also
don't have?
needs
What
a
if you
painter.
don't have the
He also
means to do? What if you don't have the means to do that, and you believe in this person, and they supposedly believe in you? They're gassing you up, saying, "Okay, I'm gonna help you," but at the same time, they mess over you. How would you feel?
They need to use those emails that Kanye got and put on their resume.
I'm
and,
not
and
even
go
talking
get
about
another
emails.
job.
I'm just saying in general.
Well,
You ain't got nothing. You coming from the bottom. You get an opportunity to send this person that you put on the pedestal, and they say, "I want to work with you." You send them your stuff, and then after you send them your stuff, they take your stuff and push you to the side. How would you feel?
let me answer that question. There isn't an artist, a musician, a comedian, and I can name them that this
I'm
has
not
happened
talking
to.
about artists
Listen,
and I'm not
let
talking
me
about
finish.
artists and musicians.
You asked me a question. You asked me a question, and I'm gonna
Okay,
answer it.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to.
Comedian, Paul Mooney, artist. Do you think that any of those artists came up with every piece of clothing that they came out with?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they have, but I'm just saying a scenario. If you came up with an idea that nobody else have came up with,
okay,
and you submit it to somebody that you look up to,
Miss,
they
I
want
feel
to
like
work
I
with
got
you,
God. I
they
just
say,
got God.
"Oh, wait." They say, "Oh, I love your stuff. Let's work." You submit your information.
Where's the lawsuit?
Your concept. Wait. You submit your concept and things, and it's like, "Oh yeah, I like it" or whatever, and then they don't contact you or nothing like that.
Well, where's the
And then,
lawsuit?
you see your
Where's the
stuff.
lawsuit? Where's the lawsuit?
Oh, they
The
got
people
some coming. Trust me.
coming. They
They,
got some
it's
coming.
already in process. It's already in process.
On what product? The
With
only
the
product that Kanye West did that on was the Louis Vuittons.
No, boo boo.
Shoes.
The glasses that Cheney was wearing, his previous person that he was messing with. And what about Dondra? When the people went meet with him, and he took their idea.
No, he hired a man. He hired a man to run Dondra, and he ran it into the ground, and he had to go
But
back.
still,
and take
you're
it over.
still accountable for that.
That's why he went and took it back over.
Okay,
He can't be. He lives in L.A. Donda was ran out of Chicago.
What I'm saying, when the Dondra concert and all that was going on, the people came met with Kanye West, all of a sudden, their logo.
You do realize who's providing the opportunity here, right?
It doesn't matter. You don't
It
steal from
does
people.
matter. That's all that matters. That's
But you
all
don't
that.
steal from people.
All that. That
if
all that
somebody steals
matters.
from you, how you gonna
All
feel?
that. Have you ever
If
watched
somebody
Cadillac
steals
Records?
from you, how you gonna feel if somebody steals from you?
Have you ever watched Cadillac Records? Do you know what you ever heard of the Temptations? Isn't it 7
Yes,
groups?
I have.
Have you ever heard of Cadillac
We're
Records?
not even talking about no music. We talking about fashion.
It doesn't matter. Fashion
It
music.
does matter.
It does not matter. It
Okay,
doesn't. You
boo.
have to
I'm not
protect
even
yourself.
gonna argue
If
with
you create a product, you got to protect yourself. Well, go to court. You man, go.
Well, yeah, but a lot of people don't have the money to go to court. That's why they messed over them. It takes a lot of money to go to court, to be honest with you. And if you're going against big giants that have millions of dollars, how you gonna win? If you can't even hire a lawyer yourself.
Well, you got to be
those designers. They need to be clout chasing and putting their merch on Instagram and stuff like that. They dropping the ball. Like, come on, like you got to get real. Come on.
Let me tell you one
thing. You need to be doing something besides complaining. Oh, I can stole my stuff. You better take these damn emails and shit and start clout chasing. You better do something.
I'm gonna tell you this here. I'm a designer, and I'm not gonna drop anything on Instagram or nothing if I ain't got the money for nobody to steal my stuff.
Let me see your stuff.
Or what have you? I'm just saying, I'm not gonna do that.
Let me see your
I
stuff.
make the actual prototype, the thing or whatever. Then yeah, because I don't have the money to. Some people don't have the money to trademark. But I've learned, trust me, over the years, believe me, because I've had stuff happen to me, and I'm not mad at Kanye. No, I'm not. Because it's been going on for years. Designers been stealing designer stuff for years. But if you supporting the African American people and then you steal from an African American designer, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I can show you my stuff. It's probably not nothing you like because I'm do women.
What am I listening to? He said, "Let me see your stuff." Oh, I can show you my stuff. I can show you. You know what? I'm going to the bush.
I'm not for clout or anything like that. But
I don't got time for you to be pulling out your stuff.
Stuff that's coming out to just encourage black women, black men, stuff like that.
I'm going to the bush, you guys.
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
Let me.
Because you don't know. I didn't work with Megan Thee Stallion. I have a client from NBC. This Is Us. I've been in Vogue. I've been in a lot of stuff. To be honest with you, and I'm not clout chasing or nothing like that.
I'm proud of you.
I thank God for that because it's not many African American designers that get the opportunity to be in Vogue, be on the SAG Awards, red carpet, and stuff like that. I'm just saying, it's hard for an African American designer to really get out there and the support. It really is.
What size does Meg wear?
She was wearing double D's. This was Rolling Loud, her first Rolling Loud. I can go look at the measurements, but you give me an email, I'll send you what she wore. And why you attacking me like I don't have no say so, like whatever.
I'm applauding you. If you
No, it's been
wild.
Since our first Rolling Loud, it's been years ago, before the pandemic or whatever, or between that. But like I said, I don't have to clout chase. I don't. I'm just saying how God has blessed me with those opportunities. That's all.
Ma'am, like if you have a Twitter, I would love to see it.
I don't have Twitter, but I have Instagram. And I do have, I just have Instagram and Facebook. I don't get on Twitter.
because like Meg Thee Stallion, her outfits it be on point. So if you design that, man,
This was when she first came out. I live in Houston. This was when she first came out, and she wasn't really all that popular, but she had did our first Rolling Out concert in Miami. I done that. One of her outfits for that weekend. But like I said, I'm not here to like beat nobody down or nothing like that. But you know, like I said, where far as the designers and things is concerned, we don't we just like get messed over all the time. Seriously.
Well, I do not know Kanye West at being a bad businessman and a theft of retail and clothing ideas. I know him of being a panderer and fucking having outlandish ideas about what he wants to do and bashing the creative clothing industry.
Right.
I don't know him to be a.
But if you look it up, it's like little people like us that has been a victim of that. I'm just letting you know. I'm just bringing it to the forefront. You can Google it. You do whatever you want. He never did to me because hell, my stuff probably ain't even for the
Well,
standard.
let me ask you a question. Are you trademarked? Are you incorporated? Do you
Oh
have?
yeah, I'm trademarked now. I didn't know that in the beginning when I first started off, but now I am.
Okay.
So I thank God for because sometimes things are a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? And for the people that I know that is involved with this, look like they should have been because hell, they've been out there before me. I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? So, like I said, it's just when you believe in someone and they let you down, it's a lot to take in, especially when you're a small business. And we off the grid about what's going on with him with this situation with the White Lives Matter. But when you're looking up to somebody, and I'm gonna tell you, when you're looking up to somebody and they say they believe in you, and then you send it your stuff, your creativity, and then they use it along the line and they push you aside and you don't have the money to fight back, it's hard.
It sounds like they gave it to him. He didn't steal it.
No.
That
It's
is
not
correct.
about-
No, that is
I
correct.
understand what you're saying, but a lot of people don't give nothing to him.
No,
Yeah,
that's not true.
I'm saying about a person that he has creative directors, right? They search for talent and they want to work with him. They send them their resume. They send them what they have.
No,
And
that's not correct.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying in general. If you send somebody something and you want to get a job with somebody and you send them all your portfolio, your pictures and stuff like that, and then you don't hear from them, but 2 months from now you see the same stuff that you sent to them they're selling, how would you feel?
That's not
It's not like you sending it to them to use. You sending them to get a job.
Most people who own clothing lines, what they do is they send their merchandise out to PO boxes and representative companies of other people that know that they would have a Kanye West as a client.
They're sending it straight to the creative director of
You can't send anything to Kanye West. Kanye West is a business.
I know that already. I know that. They're not sending it directly to Kanye West. I already know that. They're sending it to the creative director. Now you on the job.
Creative director.
I'm just saying in general.
Of Adidas.
Kanye West have a creative director team.
You
want a job. Wait.
What is the name of that company?
You want a job.
A job where? At Adidas or Gap?
No.
Rock Nation?
What are you trying to clown me?
No, I'm not. I'm asking you.
Oh.
I'm just saying in general. Even if it's not Kanye West, if it's not Adidas, I'm just saying, you want a job. They say send your resume.
You go on a job, you going Indeed.
No, you don't just go on Indeed, baby. Okay. Come on
I'm
now.
just playing. I'm just playing.
You
I guess
send
you're right.
your stuff to these people. Okay. Are they like you don't hear back from. Or you don't hear back from you, we feel like, okay, well, I didn't get the job. But then months along the line, you see your idea on their shit. I'm just saying. They selling out for something that you created. How would you feel? And you don't have the money to go after them because it takes money to get lawyers. Even you don't have the money to get a trademark. You just try to get your foot in the door.
Again, ma'am.
Yourself.
I just feel God, and it's a lesson learned, and I just got to keep it pushing. Learn to not do that again. And
Right,
be
you
better
do.
next time
That's
you
how
do
the
it.
hell I learned. Trust me. I'm like, okay, not gonna do that again. I gotta learn that we don't, and we have to educate ourselves when we're doing stuff like that. To be honest, and I was just a babe coming out the fashion school, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. Oh, blah blah blah. Next thing you know, I see a whole gown I created that I sent to somebody. It was on. I'm like, what? So yeah, you do learn. You do. You really do.
That sounds real interesting.
You got to be careful on what you put out there. To be honest with you, if you're not protected, that's all in a nutshell.
You know, I need to go to the bush again because this was a lot. This was a lot. I need
Well, I'm
to.
going.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
This was a lot. It was a
Right.
lot. I'm glad that everybody got it out. I'm glad that everybody got it out.
Thank you, Jane. I appreciate you so much. I'm
No.
I'm Miss Inspirational. When you was going through your little stuff with the R. Kelly and you had to get a break, I was the one that was checking on you, saying I'm praying for you and all that.
Well,
And I
thank you
love
so
you
much.
so much. Thank you for your platform. I mean, you're just a beautiful human being. And thank you for informing us on a lot of stuff that you're just being real. And I appreciate that. And everybody on the panel that's talking, I appreciate you guys too, in your opinion.
Facts, you too.
It's nice. I appreciate all of you all coming up here. This was a conducive conversation about Kanye. I'm surprised that so many people was woke late at night. We all had some different ways to feel about it, and I don't think anybody's mind was changed, but that's okay. Nobody like disrespected anybody, and we all still feel, the way that we feel about it. And I just enjoy a good dialogue where we can share our different ways of thinking, and still, be cool and not say anything that's like bizarre to disrespect anybody, or that's off the handle. I just like conducive conversation. So I appreciate all of y'all, and I invite you all to call in at any other point when I drop the link. I appreciate you. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all too. I
Alrighty.
learned a lot too.
we learned a lot as well. We did. Alrighty. You all have a good evening. I will see you all at some point again. Like
And
I said,
give Leo hugs and kisses. I love Leo.
he be all right.
He don't need a girlfriend.
He already taken care of, so it's no such thing as that. When I was trying to get him on the scene, he wasn't interested in the girl I was trying to hook him up with. Literally a whole nother, like, she was a whole black cat. Like she was a whole black cat. Like I almost thought that she was him when I had first, and she, he didn't like her. And then
oh no, he didn't like her.
He just did not like her. I would put them out in the hallway together. They would just stare each other down. And but he got the clip. So it's no It's no
right. But I love Leo. He's so cute. I'm gonna send him
my
a
buddy.
doggone collar, a custom collar.
I know somebody has sent him one.
I'm gonna inbox you on Instagram and send me your PO box. I'm gonna make him a custom collar. Let me know how you want it, and I'll send it.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna drop everybody down and wrap this up and go ahead to bed and go ahead and eat.
Yeah, I am. I got my roast in the oven now.
It's late. But anyway, thank you so much for coming. I'm gonna drop you down now. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
You too. Blessings.
All right, you too. Bye. See you, AMK. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you.
Bye, James.
You know what? We're gonna fight, but okay. All right, everybody. It has been a really long conversation. You know what? Not as long as the other videos. We're not even at 2.5 hours, so that's actually not bad. That's a plus. But I appreciate y'all all for being here. This was really a video that was on a whim. I was finna go to sleep. I wanted to go live earlier. And I just ended up going live on a whim because I was having a conversation with somebody that was late pulling up to the discussion. But I only went live because that person was like, I'll pull up, I'll call in. They finally called in, but it took them a minute. They was late. But nonetheless, I hope that you all have an amazing Sunday. It's clearly Sunday morning, at least for me. It's 5:00 in the morning right now. So I'm off today. I'm off tomorrow. And I don't go back to work until Tuesday. So that's great for me. So maybe I'll talk to you all tomorrow. I look forward to communicating with you. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. You know, Twitter, it goes down over there on Twitter. If you're looking for the exact deleted tweet from Kanye West, to read it for yourself, to see it for yourself, the screenshot of it. If you follow me on Twitter, it's the very last thing that I tweeted. I think the very last thing I tweeted was this video. You scroll down under that, you'll see the Kanye West tweet. I want to say that's pretty much it before I say goodbye to all of you. I hope y'all have a good day. I hope y'all have an amazing Sunday. I'm getting ready to go eat and then go to bed. I do want to tell y'all about something new that I watched on Netflix, but you know what? That's members only content. So shout out to all the people who are members. I will be live on the members tomorrow to tell y'all about actually a couple things. You know, I probably watch like 3 things on Netflix per weekend. But anyway, yeah, I've got a couple of different movie and Netflix reviews, things to tell you to and not to watch or waste your time on Netflix. So I can't wait to talk to you all about those things. We're also going to be talking about In the Dark. If you're not already watching that or a member backstage, In the Dark is something that I fell into. So not the end of this week, the end of next week, we're going to be talking about all 4 seasons. Spoilers galore. Okay, so that's why I'm giving y'all like enough time. If you are a channel member and you want to listen to my review and or call in, because it'll be live, it won't be a recorded video. We'll be talking about that live backstage because I just recently got into In the Dark. And I just binged all 4 seasons in like a month. And I'm anxious to talk about it because it's worth talking about for sure. Somebody said, what am I watching now? Look, we talk about the Netflix extensively backstage. There's a lot that I'm watching on Netflix, off of Netflix in general. But Netflix, I feel like, is something that's central to everybody. So that's why I like talking about it, because everybody kind of has access to it. Everybody don't have a Netflix and a Hulu and a Disney Plus and it is. I don't. I password share with my homies. We all like got a different service that we like have or whatever. And we kind of share, but I do kind of stay on Netflix for the most part. So yeah, there's a lot that I watch. There's a lot that I consume on Netflix that I can't wait to tell y'all about backstage. Okay. So that is that. Somebody said I'm not far. Well, I'm here in Baltimore. As always. Baltimore stand up. So yeah. Yep. The P.O. box stuff is down below for anybody that does want to send Leo a new collar or whatever. Yeah, if that's something you want to see, like I don't have a problem getting a one, but sometimes people like to see, what they buy or whatever. Somebody sent Leo something, and by the time I got to the PO box, it was like 2 days too late, and they had returned it to the sender. It's so crazy. It literally said Mr. Leo. It was like addressed to Mr. Leo, and by the time I got to the PO box, it was 2 days too late. Crazy. But anyway, oh, you're in Randallstown. Okay, so you definitely aren't far from Baltimore. A lot of people consider Randallstown. Randallstown is in Baltimore, to be quite frank. So yeah, you're not far. So yeah, that's that. We'll be talking about Netflix backstage and all that other stuff. I'll probably like make a flyer to let everybody know, because In the Dark was like a big deal for me. Is it a predominantly white show? Yeah. Probably about 2-3 black people all throughout all 4 seasons. 2, 3, I would say 3, 4. I would say about like 3, 4 black people, 5 tops throughout all 4 seasons. However, it's worth the watch. That's the most I'll say without saying too much. It's certainly worth the watch. So I definitely look forward to talking to you all about the season, because I was really into it. I miss when Orange is the New Black was like a new season. After season 2 of Orange is the New Black, it kind of doesn't, keep your interest as much. But nonetheless, that's that. Someone says, I listened to the interview. Where did he talk? He didn't talk negative. Look, it wasn't in the interview. It's in a tweet. It's in a tweet that he tweeted that actually was removed by Twitter. So Twitter had removed the tweet because they said it went against the policies and guidelines. But like I said, I had kind of read it somewhat earlier in this video, but also if you follow me on Twitter, that information I believe is down below in the description box. You'll be able to see it there. Okay. You from the west side? I'm from the west side too. So okay, yeah, Orange is the New Black was really it was really dope. I love me a really good series. Let me just name a couple series that I have really gotten to that I loved. Orange is the New Black was one of them. But before that though, it was How to Get Away with Murder. Can't lie, when Scandal was new and it was a new thing, that was one of those ones. Some people do Grey's Anatomy. It's just like not my thing. You know what? Honestly, I could sit and watch reruns of House for extensive periods of time. I wasn't like in on House when it was like actually airing, but I can sit and I can watch several reruns of it, and I can see why it's such a good show. What else? What other shows really had me? A show that really had me. I think that might be all that I can think of for now. Yeah. Scandal was definitely the deal at when it was like newish. West Side as well. Emerson Village. That's actually kind of like where I'm from. Emerson. Well, not like, you know how Emerson Village, you got that orange line or sign rather between the city and the county. I was like right over that county line right here. Like, so yeah, Emerson Village is down there, and you can get to downtown Baltimore and all that other stuff. And then you got Route 40, because that's what it was. It was Route 40 up here, where you got like Shoppers and Foreman Mills and all that other stuff. So yeah. But yeah, those are all of the shows that I can really think of. People I can really think of. I met a young lady from Baltimore on the plane last week. I told her I'd watch you. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Cooks Lane, no, I didn't. I've never lived around or on there. No. Oh, you went to Foreman Mills today? Right next to Planet Fitness. I swear I wish I could think of more shows, but I just... Oh, you know what? Jessica Jones. Really good show. Really, really, really good show. I loved it. And then if you watch Jessica Jones, if you know Luke Cage is a character there. If you watch Luke Cage, that's another good one. Honestly, Gotham was another good show too, and not the cartoon, right? Like the actual like show. Like that was really, I was mad when that was all gone too. I'll watch a show and I'll watch it all up and I'm like, damn, what I'm gonna watch now? Yeah, I believe that was on Netflix and when I watched it all. A couple of the other ones I won't name because we will more than likely end up talking about them backstage. And there are new seasons coming out of them, even though I may or may not have faith in the upcoming seasons because I feel like the last seasons kind of fell off. But I gotta give it a chance because I certainly fell in love with some of them definitely at the beginning. Yes, Jessica Jones was phenomenal. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks that. Like that was a really good one. I loved it. Okay. Trish got on my nerves so bad in that show. Oh, just the way well, her mother was real bad. Her mother was, that doesn't mean that her mother deserved the fate that she got, but you know. Someone said I love Gotham. Was Being Mary Jane on Netflix? I'm not sure. Yeah, I named How to Get Away. I'm not sure if Being Mary Jane was on Netflix. Jessica Jones was really good. It's definitely a really, really good watch. I never got into Stranger Things. Maybe I don't know if I should or I shouldn't. Sounds a little creepy. I'm not sure. I don't know. But nonetheless, this was amazing. This was amazing chopping it up with y'all. Thank you all so much for calling in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your input. Thank you for commenting. What else? Thank you for hitting thumbs up if you haven't already. Okay, you should definitely have already hit the thumbs up button if you're sitting up here on my bus for free. Okay. Thank you for everybody who joined the membership. I can't wait to talk to you all soon. All right. I see I got one person that hit the thumbs up button. Thank you to that one person that just, okay, thank you for the two of y'all that just hit thumbs up. Okay. I never got into Grey's Anatomy. It's just a whole bunch of people. Never mind. I don't want to. Yeah, I had never got into that. You're more than welcome, Jada. Someone says they think that I like Stranger Things. I got caught up on Batwoman didn't think I would like it. Daredevil. I don't think I watched that, but I didn't watch the Daredevil series. Good morning. Gotta catch the next bus late for work. I'll catch up on here, Leo. With love. Good night. Y'all have an amazing evening. I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here. Okay. And I can't wait to see y'all again. Y'all make sure to stay beautiful, black, and blessed. Share this video somewhere if you haven't already via text message. Tell a friend. Share it via Instagram message, on Twitter, on Facebook, however it is that you share videos. Let somebody know that your girl playing a shame. Be out here driving the bus, and you just never know when I'm going to pop up. The sun could be up. The sun could be down. You just never know. I got a lot of leave that I'm going to be using soon, and I'm probably going to be talking to y'all on some of these days when I got some of my PTO in effect. So make sure you subscribe for some of the best Black news and celebrity entertainment on YouTube. Okay? I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Deuces. But that's it. If you want to catch more of my commentary on Black culture or vital and trending information, be sure to subscribe by hitting that little circle in the middle of the screen, or I'll catch you in one of these rectangles to the right in another video. I'll see you there.